Here's a little preview of what we're going to be working on in class next time. We're going to start to learn what are the properties of logarithms. We'll learn these to both condense logarithms that you see to a single logarithm, so if you have 2 or 3 terms, how we get it to be one term, and then to go the opposite way to expand out a single logarithm into multiple terms. So the first of the 3 properties we're going to learn is what's called the product property of logarithms. And that property says that if you have 2 logarithms that have the same base and they're joined by a plus, we can combine them as a single logarithm as a product, meaning we would multiply these 2 arguments together. As we look at these examples, if I ask you to rewrite each of the following as a single logarithm, I'm looking for you to go from 2 terms down to 1. And then in part 2, if I ask you to expand out, then I'm looking for you to identify the single logarithm, meaning this one here, that it's a product that we can expand it back to the sum. So looking at the first example, we have 2 logarithms. I want you to write it as a single logarithm. Check to make sure the bases are the same. As long as they're the same, we can look at the sign in the middle and it's a sum. So when you have plus, we think product property. So we're gonna say log base 2, the base will never change, of the 2 arguments multiplied together. Now, of course, that's not a step you have to show. What you can do is go right to what that is multiplied. And of course, that would be log base 2 of 32. And for now, we're not going to evaluate it. I just want you to see how we can join the 2 logs together. Now to part B, same thing. I have more than 1 log. I want to write it as a single logarithm. Just make sure the bases are the same, which they are. They're joined by a plus, so plus means product. So it's going to be log base 7, and then we're going to multiply these 2 things together. So it'll be 6x squared times 5x, or you can automatically multiply those together with remembering your multiplication and exponent rules. It would be log base 7 of 30x cubed. Now to go the opposite way, expand out. So now I want to take that single logarithm and I want to write it as multiple logarithms. So what I notice is 8y is the same thing as 8 times y. That's a product. So I'm going to pull that apart. There's 2 things here, which means I'm going to have 2 logarithms. Log base 3 of the first one, the 8. Log base 3 of the second one, the y. And since it's a product, we put a plus between. And similarly in D, this time we have 3 things multiplied together. So that means we're going to have 3 logarithms. So it'll be log base 9 of the 2, and then it's a product. So we're going to say plus log base 9 of A, another multiplication, log base 9 of B. Okay, so that is property number 1, what is called the product property. Now the quotient property. So remember, quotient means division. So we have log base B of A minus log base B of C. So notice again, the bases have to be the same. This time they're joined by a minus. When we have a minus between 2 logarithms, if asked to rewrite as a single logarithm, we're going this way. So we would divide the arguments together. And then in part 2, when I ask you to expand out, if you notice it's a quotient and I want to write it as multiple terms, we'll join it first by separating it with the minus sign. So first, to a single logarithm, check your bases, base 3, the sign in the middle is a negative, so it's division. So it's log base 3, and then it's the first one, the 9, divided by the second one, the 27. And just notice this one can be reduced, so if you can reduce it, you would be expected to do so. So both the 9 and 27 can be divisible or reduced by 9. So our answer would be log base 3 of 1/3. Same with B, same base, joined by a minus, quotient. Log base 1/2 of the first one over the second one. And that would be our answer when asked to rewrite as a single logarithm. Part 2 is asking us to expand. So we have y divided by 4. So this is going to be the first log. This is going to be the second log. And since it's division, we will join them by a minus. So it'll be log base 6 of y minus log base 6 of 4. And the second one, don't forget when no base is given, it's understood to be base 10. So this one will be log base 10 of 7, which you can simply just write log of 7. And then again, quotient means minus. So it'd be log base 10 of x, or just log of x. I would accept either answer. And our final property before we just pull it all together is what's called the power property of logarithms. And so what the power property says, if asked to rewrite as a single logarithm, that if we have a multiplier, a coefficient in front, we can pull that back as an exponent. So notice the p is an exponent on the argument. And then if I'm asking you to go the opposite way and expand out, we don't want a power anymore. So we would take that power and we would put it back in front. So as I look at A, again, I want it as a single logarithm. So any coefficients come back as a power on the exponent, or on the argument, I should say. So log base 7 of 2 cubed. And if you can simplify that, again, you would be expected to do so. So remember, 2 cubed, of course, is 8. And it is totally okay to go right to this step once you know what the property is saying. And then just be careful with the second one. Yes, we have to bring this 2 back. The key is it's the exponent on the entire argument. So this 3x technically should be in a parenthesis there. So when we bring this power back, it's an exponent on the entire parenthesis. So if I ask you to simplify it, we don't want to leave it as log base 11 of 3x squared. We would want to actually square it and get log base 11 of quantity 9x squared. And then just a little easier going the opposite way. If I ask you to expand out, it means I don't want any powers. So any powers on the argument will just take back out in front. So we have an exponent of 7, will go back out in front. So it'll be 7 log base 1/4 of 5. And the second one, the 9, is an exponent that will go back out in front. It'll be 9 log base 2 of x. So our focus tomorrow is going to be how to combine these and do multiple things at once. And then how does it relate to equations that we have been practicing and you were just quizzed on. So if I ask you to rewrite as a single logarithm, what we're going to need to do is look for the power property first. So what that means is, do you have any coefficients, any numbers in front? If so, you need to bring them back as powers. Then step 2 would be, after that, looking for the product or quotient property. So you're then looking, is it a plus? If so, it's the product. Is it a minus? If so, it's the quotient. So as we look at the example there, the first thing we're going to do is, I see a 2 out in front. That needs to come back as an exponent. So it's log base 8 of 5 squared, which, yes, you will have to either now or right away actually simplify that. 5 squared is 25. Then we have a 3 out in front that needs to come back as a power. So that would be log base 8 of x squared to the 3rd power. And again, simplify that, which you can automatically go right to. That would be x to the 6th. After you bring those powers back, now I look at the sign in the middle. It's a plus, so product. So I can rewrite it as one logarithm, assuming these bases are the same, which they are, and then multiply the 2 arguments together. So 25 times x to the 6th would just be 25x to the 6th. So the final answer is log base 8 of 25x to the 6th. And finally, if I ask you to expand out, now we're going to go the opposite way. So you're going to break it into the number of logarithms we have based on the things being multiplied or divided. And then if you have any powers, the last thing we'll have to do is bring those back as coefficients. So the first thing I notice is that this is a division. Division means subtract. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2 logs, log base 3 of the top one, minus log base 3 of the bottom one. And then last, if there's a power, we bring that out in front as a coefficient. So our final answer will be 5 log base 3 of x minus 10 log base 3 of y. So keep these 3 properties in mind, because this is what we'll continue next class. And then we'll again bring it to, how does this help us to solve log equations? Please make sure this entire sheet is filled in based on what you just watched. I will be checking it next class. Have a great rest of your day.